Hello there and welcome to the card grotto. For my card today I'm starting off with this W+9 set. I'm actually making a card for my aunt and uncle for their anniversary. And I'm going to do some watercolouring. So this is the Wishing You stamp set from W+9. Really cute little bunnies here. And I'm inking them up with some jet black archival ink because I want to do some watercolouring and this is a nice waterproof ink. So I'm stamping that down onto some Strathmore cold press watercolour paper. It's got quite a texture to it, which I wanted for this particular card. So I'm just pushing down really well with the stamp. And then this one here actually says A Happy Anniversary is the sentiment. I didn't want the A on it, so I'm just masking that off with a little bit of masking paper, inking it up and taking that away, and so that it just stamps Happy Anniversary. I then want the bunnies to be kind of sitting on something. I want them to be sitting on grass. So I'm just using a pencil here and then I'm just marking where I want to actually add some lines. I do apologise for my head being in the way here. And then I'm going to go over it with a Copic multiliner. This is a 0.3 Copic multiliner, and then I'm just going to erase the pencil underneath. The ink's colours are slightly different from the actual stamping ink and then the Copic multiliner, but it works in the end. So I'm going to use my watercolour paints here. These are by Winsor & Newton, and then I've got some water off to the side as well. I'm using a couple of different techniques here. I'm going to do kind of like a wash of colour first and then add on some extra colour on the top. So for the grass and the sky I'm using a wet on wet technique and then going in with a wet on dry technique. For the bunnies I just went in with a wet on dry technique. So I'm going to speed this process up and play some music and let you watch while I colour. So once I'd finished painting the image, I let it dry and then I'm just taking off the masking tape here. I'd attached it to an Epicurean board just to prevent any warping of the cardstock. It did still warp slightly, but very little. So the best way I found to take off masking tape is to take it off really slowly and at a slight angle. So now I'm going to add foam tape to the back of this panel to pop it onto the card base. I'm going to use a ton of it just to make sure that there's no warping. So the design of the card was inspired by Dawn at W+9. I'd already had the idea of kind of the layout of the card. I'd used a similar one with some Mama Elephant bunnies actually for a happy anniversary card. And I'd originally thought I was going to colour it with Copics, but I'd saw her card that she used watercolours and I just thought it was so nice that I wanted to have a go of using watercolours for this image as well, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's very plain and simple, but I do like it. So I'm just adding that onto a Simon Says Stamp Fog cardstock. This is an A2 size card base. And that's the card finished for today. I will have links to all of the products that I've used in the description bar on YouTube and also on my blog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.